chocolate mousse, a dessert that is unmatched and super unique in texture. Once you know how to make it, the flavor possibilities are endless, as the base recipe never changes. The base of a mousse is made from 3 components: a sabayon, which is a custard cooked over a bain-marie with a splash of white wine, whipped cream, and a meringue. These 3 are folded together and then set in the fridge to firm. The result is a pillow-like custard that's like nothing else. We'll also be learning how to make a super stable whipped cream, and the secret item to achieve this is called clear piping gel. This item is typically used as an edible glue to stick decorations onto cakes. However, if you look at the ingredients list on the tub, you'll see something called gelling agent E406, also known as agar-agar. Now, as you know by now, agar-agar is an extremely powerful gelling agent and stabilizer, and clear piping gel is a perfect medium for it. Later in the lesson, we'll test our whipped cream and you'll see just how stable it is. So, without further ado, let's begin by first making our mousse. In a bowl, we'll add 55 grams of dark chocolate callets. I'll then heat this in the microwave to melt. And here's our melted chocolate. Simply mix until it becomes smooth. For the sabayon, we'll begin by separating the yolks and whites from 3 eggs. Now, earlier in the chocolate crema lesson, I mentioned that we use this method to separate many eggs, for example 3 or more. So here's a quick example of how that's done. Next, over a bain-marie, add your yolks to a bowl along with half a cup of sugar. We'll mix this until it becomes smooth. I'll then add a teaspoon or so of white wine and whisk until the mixture begins to thicken and becomes pale in color. As for a substitute to white wine, you can use juice, sparkling cider, or even water. As the sabayon begins to thicken and achieve this ribbon-like consistency, then it's ready. We'll then mix in 1 teaspoon of vanilla, I'll pour in the melted chocolate and mix until fully combined. Now this is a really thick, rich batter, so we'll need to lighten it with some whipped cream. So let's make some. So first, I'm going to show you how to set up your piping bag. To begin, you'll want to cut the tip about 1 inch from the top. Next, here's our piping tip, and the best way to insert it in the bag is to use your index finger and simply place it inside the tip. We'll then put our hand in the bag and push the piping tip until it's fitted in the hole that we made. I'll then fold the bag to make a lip. And this is super important as we always want to keep the edges clean when adding the whipped cream. And now we're ready to fill our bag. And there's 2 ways to fill: with your fingers and thumb inside the lip and adding your cream using a spatula. Or you can wrap the bag over a deli container and secure an opening. I like this method a little more as it frees up both of my hands. Next, we'll make our whipped cream. Make sure to place a damp towel on your bench, then I'll place my mixing bowl on top that just came out of the freezer. We'll add in 1 cup of cold heavy cream and beat this until it slightly thickens. Once thickened, I'll add 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and our little secret, 1 tablespoon of clear piping gel. We'll then continue to beat until we form stiff peaks. Now be careful, because at this stage, if you beat the cream for too long, it'll curdle and eventually turn into butter. And these peaks are what we're looking for, leaving a stiff pointed tip on the whisk. I'll add half the whipped cream to our piping bag and reserve the rest for our mousse. We'll remove the bag from the container. Then, using a bench scraper, simply push the whipped cream towards the tip while flattening it to remove any air pockets. And there's our pastry bag ready for piping. When piping, make sure to twist the bag so none of the cream comes out. I'll pipe some stars on a plate and we'll be testing just how stable this whipped cream is. I'll leave this at room temperature for a day and we'll come back to it later in the video. Next, add a large dollop of whipped cream to the chocolate mixture and begin to mix until fully combined. We'll continue to fold in the whipped cream until we achieve the consistency similar to the chiffon cake batter we made earlier. I'll add the mixture into a clean bowl. And this is the velvety texture we're going for. And you know the batter is ready when you can make a figure 8 like so. Next, with our 3 egg whites, we'll whip until they begin to foam and look like soft fluffy clouds. And for this mousse recipe, we won't be putting any sugar in our meringue. We're whipping this until medium peaks, so this right here is what we're looking for, almost shaped like a bird's beak. When it curls down like this and is smooth, then the meringue is ready. I'll add this to our chocolate mixture in batches, and for the first batch, we can aggressively mix it through to make sure it's fully combined. The next additions of the meringue, however, will gently fold in using the macronage technique. And this will make sure that we don't deflate all the air from our whipped egg whites. And this went from a chocolate sabayon to what is now a mousse. As you can see, we've at least tripled the volume of our mixture by folding in our whipped egg whites. I'll then ladle this into a small dessert bowl. And we'll tap it against our bench to release any air pockets. I'll cover and place in the fridge for at least 1 hour, but up to 4 hours is ideal. And after 1 hour, I'll pull it from the fridge. We'll pipe a nice rosette of whipped cream on top. Then sprinkle on some chocolate curls. And there's our light, airy chocolate mousse. This is like a cloud in your mouth. Its texture is like nothing you've ever had before. So going back to our whipped cream, believe it or not, this is after 5 days being at room temperature. We can place it on its side and even upside down, and it looks just as when we first piped it. A lot of pastry chefs don't even know this trick, and now you do. So now you know how to make a mousse and also a whipped cream that you can keep in your piping bag without worry. In the next lesson, we'll be diving into the workings of meringues by making a fruit pavlova. See you there.